Hi there. Um, this is a book movie update. Most of this has been lying around for I don't know how long, but I never came to do this video. Uh, Busy and just didn't really care. But it's here finally. Um, I have to say something about my VHS videos because I got 3 VHSs here, but I've been selling most of my VHS tapes the past week. They've been going like hotcakes, and I just want to get rid of my VHS collection. I still buy VHS tapes, you know, just to either watch the movie or as a means to get some money because they're pretty collectible still. So that, in short, is what I've been doing with my movies, my VHS tapes. They're they're gone, most of them. Um, but like I said, I've been buying some. Let's show them. This is The Soldier, which is a 1982 film starring this guy who was from a TV series, but I don't know which one. It's his name is Ken Wahl. Also stars Klaus Kinski. It's sort of a spy movie, but very 80s and not James Bond like. Pretty violent at times. It was a fun movie. I liked it. So pick that one up. This was Ultimate Cheese. Hammerhead Jones Deathmatch. It's about a wrestler. That bald guy there, that is Hammerhead Jones. He's a wrestler, but he's a good wrestler. Like the Jack Black movie, I think Nacho Libre, where he plays a masked wrestler. This guy also has friends in a monastery, and kids love him. And anyway, a promoter decides that the matches aren't that great anymore. He wants more action. He wants more spectacle. So what he does, he starts these matches called deathmatch, where they fight each other until one gives up, either because he can't fight anymore or he's dead. Hammerhead Jones doesn't want that. He doesn't want anything to do with it. But a great friend of him decides that he wants to do it because he needs the money. He loses. He gets injured in the hospital, whatever. Still, Hammerhead Jones doesn't want to do it. So the promoter thinks of devious plans to get him into the ring, and he succeeds, and Hammerhead Jones kicks the shit out of everyone. That's the story. It's very cheesy. The dialogue is just hilarious. I never ever heard of this movie, but when I saw this, I thought this could be a good action film. Well, it's more of a dramatic wrestling piece of shit, but it's fun. We're talking 1986 here. Pretty obscure movie, but I liked it. And the last one of VHS tapes is this one. This is Mutronics, better known outside of Holland as, what was it called? The Guyver, based on a Japanese anime or manga. I don't know. I think it started out as a manga, then became an anime, and then some American producer decided, let's make a movie out of it. It's got these creatures. They're the bad guys, by the way. And it's filled with just wonderful special effects, like that creature up there. There. Still have to get used to these reversed angles. Anyway, it's produced by Brian Usna, who did the Reanimator movies. He directed the second and third one. Is there a fourth one? I don't know. But the directors, there's two of them. One of them is called Screaming Mad George. He's a Japanese guy who does those creatures. He's a special effects wizard. Um, and the other guy is called Steve Wang, which is either a Chinese American or Chinese. Um, but it's a pretty silly movie. It's actually child friendly, which I did not really expect, seeing those names attached to it, because they've done some really violent horror movies. But it's a fun little flick. If you know the Reanimator movies, there's a lot of references in this movie to those, horror movies. The main character from the Reanimator movies is called Herbert West, and that same guy plays a part in here as a doctor, as a scientist called Dr. East. The bad guy from the Reanimator, the first Reanimator movie, plays the bad guy in this movie, and there's references all over the place. It also stars this guy, who you better know as Luke Skywalker. That's Mark Hamill. It's a fun little flick. Liked it, and yeah, I'm not gonna keep this, but it was fun. I picked up some DVDs. First up, it's a music DVD, tribute to Lowlands Paradise, 2-disc limited edition. This is the 2003 disc. Oops. It's not that stable, I guess. It's 2 discs. You get live performances. Those are all live performances. Among them, Granddaddy, Goldfrapp, Electric Six, Polyphonic Spree, The Dadsons. Not a lot of big names. The big names probably didn't want to be filmed, but it's still fun. The second disc is filled with behind-the-scenes stuff of the festival. It's a festival that I've been to several times. It's a really cool festival, and it was just fun to watch this. Picked up Snake of June by Shinya Tsukamoto. He's the director of Tetsuo and Yuruku the Goblin, crazy Japanese horror, sci-fi, cult movies. And this is another one of those. Hard to explain what it's about. I have seen it once, didn't quite like it, but I'm going to give it another shot. This is the Dutch edition. Yeah, gonna give this another try. Picked up this box. There was a 50% sale on Criterion discs, also including the Eclipse discs. This is the Eclipse Series. This is the Warped World of Koreyoshi Kurahara. Japanese movies from the early 60s, the mid 60s. Intimidation. The Warped Ones. I Hate But Love. Black Sun. These are edgy, pretty kind of experimental movies, I guess. Thirst for Love. Those are the movies that are in this box. I've not seen a single one of his movies, so I don't know if they're really that edgy, but apparently they are. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it the Warped World of Koreyoshi Kurahara. But yeah, it's these boxes that make Criterion still, a company to reckon with. Got 2 Blu-rays. Oh, well, actually 1 Blu-ray. That's my favorite movie of last year, Moonrise Kingdom, by Wes Anderson. Truly amazing film, beautifully shot, great music, great scenery. It's just a wonderful little film. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. This is the Dutch edition. It's kind of bare bones, but I don't care. I watched the movie for the movie, not for the extras. And I got a game. I'm gonna show this here. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy. I don't buy a lot of games, but when I do, I show them. And I know River likes games, and maybe other people like games. So it's just, if ever I buy one and I happen to be able to show it, I show it. It's Devil May Cry. It's action. It's over the top. It's whatever. I haven't played it yet. Not really a gamer, but at times I like to play some games. Yeah, it's over the top. You gotta slay demons and stuff. On to the books. The first four, well, actually the first three, they're kind of pulpy novels. The ones that I used to show a lot. Don't really find them that often, but if I do, I pick them up. This is Carter Brown's, where is it? Model for Murder. This is a book from, this particular print is from the 80s. It's also written in 1980. Crime, detective. You know, I have several Carter Brown books, and I really enjoy this. So there you are. I normally don't pick up. Normally don't pick up books from the 80s. This is Michael Halliday's Go Ahead with Murder. I don't know why a car drove over that woman's face, but this is from 1965, I think. 1960. Don't know anything about this. And then someone I do know. Don't know this book yet. This is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Valley of Fear, which is a Sherlock Holmes mystery. This looked pretty cool. This is also an edition from the 60s. And last, picked up this. I really want to find the original version called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, but I saw this version. Philip K. Dick's Blade Runner. It's going to be interesting to see how different the movie is from the novel, or how similar the movie is from the novel. So the rest are normal books, I guess. First up, a music-based book, a Dutch music-based book by a guy called Bert Jansen. It's called Popstukken. Love the fact that they put a tape on there. This is from 1970 something, 79, and it features articles that Bert Jansen, that's that guy there, wrote for a Dutch newspaper, or a Dutch paper. It's not a newspaper, it was a paper, a magazine. And they were all music-based articles. Not all of them artists I will want to read about, but apparently he's got this sense of humor that's fun. He writes about QB and the Blizzards, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Van Morrison, Steve Miller, Fats Domino, Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton, Captain Beefheart, Stevie Wonder, the Eagles, Little Feat, Jackson Browne, Warren Zevon, Randy Newman, Linda Ronstadt, Bonnie Raitt, Joe Cocker, Jim Morrison, Herman Brood, which is a Dutch singer, and he writes about disco being the saddest end station of music ever. He doesn't like disco, I guess. That was interesting. Picked up this one, Russell Banks' Rule of the Bone. He wrote a novel called The Sweet Hereafter, which was turned into a movie. Pretty, strong, difficult movie about a school bus that crashes, killing all the children in the school bus, and then the town has to deal with the death of all their kids. I don't know what this is about, but it looked interesting. I like the cover, and it was cheap. It was less than €2. Also picked up Nick Hornby's About a Boy. I really like Nick Hornby. Not just High Fidelity. The other stuff he wrote is as good as High Fidelity. So this was turned into a movie. Didn't really care for the movie, so I'm going to give the book a shot. But yeah, Nick Hornby. Then we got Melvin Burgess, Junk, about drug addiction. I mean, if that's not obvious enough. Somewhere I read that this is a kid's book. Okay, we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, this looks interesting as well. And I also picked up this book by Asa Nanomi. This is a Japanese writer. It's called Now You're One of Us. It's a horror / mystery story. And I always like, how Japanese authors or filmmakers deal with the subject of horror and fear. And yeah, don't know what this is about really, but looked interesting. There's a hair on the soap, by the way. That's supposed to be there. Another Dutch book. Herman Brusselmans. Zul je mij altijd graag zien. Will you enjoy seeing me forever? Something like that. Herman Brusselmans is a pretty weird guy, in a good sense. He's got this absurd sense of humor. He's a Belgian. Writes in Dutch language, Flemish, Dutch. And this is just, I haven't read this book yet, but the books I've read from him, they're just hilarious. There's nothing happening, but everything is happening. So it's kind of like you don't know what will happen next. I'm really looking forward to read this. Two more. Picked up Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Thought Moby Dick was a tiny little book. It's kind of thick. This is a great looking edition. Looks like wood cuttings on the front, and it's all over the book. These beautiful drawings. Just wood cutting style drawings. It's wonderful. So yeah, not a big collector or reader of classic novels, but this is a book I just wanted to read. And I'm gonna finish off with a music book, another music book. This was pretty cool. This was a buck, and it's called The 500 Greatest Singles Since Punk and Disco. This is uncool. Yeah, it's what it says. It collects 507 inches or singles from 1976, I believe. Let's see. From that era to, I guess, 2000 or 1999. So you get a picture of a 7-inch. That is Anarchy in the UK, Sex Pistols, Buzzcocks, Spiral Scratch. I was looking at that. I was like, oh yeah, this is my book. Neat, Neat, Neat by the Damned. White Riot by Clash. God Save the Queen by Sex Pistols. It's not all, cool 7 inches. There's some disco stuff in there as well. Let's see if I can find something. This is a pretty cool one. The Normal. That's TVOD and Warm Leatherette. Makes you want to have all of them. Gang of Four. That is Damaged Goods, Love Like Anthrax. This is Chic, Le Freak. Public Image Limited, Death Disco. But it's also got, where is it? Hall & Oates. Can go for that, no can do. And I'm gonna, here we are. Rob, of course, it's got the Smiths. This is very much aimed towards British audiences, but it was cool. I thought when I saw this, I needed this. So that's my update. Movies and books. Hope you guys liked it. Leave some comments. And I'll be seeing you later. Bye-bye.